Hello everyone! For my final project, I will be talking about the K-pop training system and how it impacts the mental health of future idols. Here is the table of contents mapping out the presentation. K-pop is known for polished performances and global success, but what we often don't see is the long, difficult process the trainees go through before debuting. That is why I chose to answer Topic 7 and cover the training system in K-pop. My presentation will focus on three main parts: the daily life of a trainee, the mental health struggles they experience, and the increasing awareness and changes happening in the industry. Part 1. The daily life of a trainee. The training system usually begins with auditions. Trainees can be scouted on the street, recruited through global auditions, or accepted through entertainment academies. Once accepted, they enter long-term training contracts. From this point on, their life becomes extremely structured and demanding. Trainees spend hours each day practicing singing, dancing, acting, and stage presence. Some even take language or personality training to prepare for variety shows. On top of this, they follow strict diets and workout routines to maintain a certain image. Many trainees attend school irregularly or often leave school entirely. They often sacrifice hobbies, friendships, and a normal social life because training takes up most of their day. The competition inside agencies is intense. Trainees are constantly comparing themselves to others because only a few will debut. Furthermore, most companies have monthly or weekly evaluations. Trainees perform in front of the staff, and the results determine whether they get closer to debut or whether they might be cut. Harsh criticism is common, and a trainee's entire future can depend on one performance. This creates constant anxiety and fear of failure. Part 1. Continued survival shows. Shows like Produce 101 add even more pressure. Trainees compete on national TV, get ranked publicly, and face millions of viewers judging their skills and appearance. These shows create dramatic comparisons and constant evaluation. Trainees often talk about the stress of waiting for their rank or reading online comments. Trainees also live together in highly controlled environments with strict schedules. For Produce 101, selection isn't guaranteed, and only 11 out of 101 trainees debut, so there's an extremely low chance of success. In connection with mental health, public ranking systems amplify anxiety, insecurity, and fear of failure. Trainees may develop low self-esteem due to harsh feedback, comparison, and online comments. Lack of privacy and constant filming also increase stress and emotional fatigue. The high stakes intensify burnout and performance pressure. Trainees often face cyberbullying, body shaming, and criticism from viewers as well. Part 2. Mental health struggles. All of these conditions lead to significant mental health challenges. First, burnout is extremely common. Trainees often train from early morning until late at night, sometimes 10 to 15 hours a day. They practice the same routines over and over again until their bodies are exhausted. Because they are constantly told they aren't good enough yet, they often push themselves far past healthy limits. This leads to physical fatigue, chronic anxiety, panic, difficulty sleeping, and sometimes loss of motivation. There's also major beauty pressure, and body image issues are widespread. Trainees face extreme pressure to maintain a certain weight or physical appearance. Some companies conduct regular weigh-ins or enforce strict diets, which can create unhealthy relationships with food, guilt, and shame. Many idols have spoken about developing eating disorders or long-term body insecurity from this period. Contracts often indicate what trainees can eat and how they should look, or who they can date, and how they use social media. Many trainees say that they feel like they're living under someone else's control. This loss of independence can make them feel powerless and emotionally trapped. Finally, social isolation plays a large role. Because trainees leave school or train throughout most of their day, they have limited opportunities for friendships outside their agency. They may live in dorms, away from family, and constantly compete with the people they live with. This creates loneliness and emotional isolation during years when they are still developing socially and personally. Together, these factors create a mental health environment where stress, insecurity, and emotional exhaustion become normal. Many trainees carry these struggles into their idol careers, which show how early and deeply the training system shapes their mental health. beauty standards, and plastic surgery. I would also like to elaborate further on the beauty pressure aspect of mental health struggles. According to an article, K-pop's plastic surgery influence on teens and young adults, it states, quote, "The pressure that teens and young adults feel to receive plastic surgery and continue receiving more and more to attain similar beauty to that of their favorite idols has become so bad that in 2011, South Korea's Ministry of Education issued a booklet to warn high school students about plastic surgery syndrome," end quote. This quote highlights just how powerful beauty pressure has become in South Korea, especially for teenagers who admire K-pop idols. Because idols are held to extremely strict appearance standards, many young people start to believe that they also need to look like that to be accepted. Part 3. Increasing awareness and positive changes. Idols have also become more open about their struggles, which helps normalize discussions about mental health for both fans and trainees. For example, Taeyeon from Girls' Generation has been open about her struggles with mental health, specifically mentioning that she has dealt with depression for a very long time and she has received psychological treatment. She has also discussed the difficulty of dealing with public scrutiny and the pressures of the entertainment industry, and her experiences highlight the importance of open conversations about mental well-being in the K-pop community. There's also a rise in global public criticism where international fans on social media platforms like TikTok and YouTube are vocal about the harsh training conditions. Additionally, there's some industry efforts to reform. Some agencies are starting to adopt mental health counseling, provide rest periods, or shorten contracts. Although progress is happening, change is still inconsistent and varies by company. Conclusion and why this topic matters. The trainee system plays a major role in producing the polished performances that make K-pop so successful, but it also comes with significant mental health challenges. This is important to talk about because it encourages better treatment of trainees and it encourages agencies to provide real mental health care. It also brings awareness to the emotional and psychological cost of the current idol production system, and it helps to challenge harmful norms such as overwork culture, extreme beauty standards, and perfectionism, reminding us that idols are human too. It also helps to destigmatize mental health in Korean entertainment, where talking about anxiety or depression has traditionally been avoided. By understanding the pressures that trainees face, we can appreciate the K-pop industry more honestly and advocate for healthy working conditions. Another important aspect to consider is how K-pop connects to South Korea's soft power, which is in connection to the Korean wave. Idols aren't just performers, they are also cultural ambassadors who shape how the world views Korea. Because of this, entertainment companies put enormous effort into presenting idols as flawless and visually appealing to global audiences. These idolized beauty standards become part of the country's image abroad. As a result, trainees feel even more pressure to maintain a perfect appearance, since their looks are tied to Korea's cultural influence. And as K-pop spreads worldwide, these beauty ideals influence not just Korean youth, but international fans as well, intensifying issues like body insecurity and plastic surgery trends. Here are my references, and that's the end of my presentation. Thank you!